It was like, right from the moment when I met her, saw her, I said she's gorgeous and I fell. No, we're not. No.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's already on here.
All right, welcome back to the Brookhill podcast.
All right, let's go.
Talking about life, legacy, and leadership with the legacy himself. Actually, it's only the second summer this summer, but it is the Cooper Darr.
What up? Appreciate you having me on here.
Man, glad to have you, Coop.
Let's go.
Coop hails from the Rogers, Springdale, Fayetteville area.
Yes.
Shiloh grad, but now he wears the purple.
I do.
The Ouachita. Right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Ouachita Baptist University. Okay. So there we go.
Glad to have you. Well, we're going to get into life, legacy, leadership, all that good stuff. But first, we want to see how good you are. We're going to see how Brookhill faithful you are.
Oh, I'm pretty faithful.
In fact, I think the record holder, is that Callie or is it Anna? It was Anna.
Callie.
Anna is a
Whoa.
It's Waller.
Oh, yeah, Anna
I
Waller.
think Callie took that over.
Dawson.
Yeah, we'll check on
that. We got Callan.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
There's some legacy up there.
Okay, so here's the game. Have you ever seen the Brookhill podcast when we play a game?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so here's the rules. You've got 3 different categories. You're going to get 30 seconds.
Okay.
To, and you can go in between categories, but we've got cabins, activities, and songs.
Oh, okay.
Any songs. And it can be old, new, whatever. It can be old cabins, new cabins, old activities, new activities. It does not matter.
Okay.
They all count.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. All right. You ready for this thing?
I feel like I need to, pray for a second.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay,
you should have studied.
I think we're ready. I think we're ready.
All right, here we go. Carson,
right.
You ready? Here we go.
Oh, Broncos, Morgans, Mavericks, Apples, Appaloosas, Clydesdales, Buckskins, Hackneys, Pacers, Walkers. Oh, gosh. It just comes Lipizzans. We got archery. We got riflery. You got axe throwing now. Axe throwing is a new thing. We got go-karts. We got water rides. We got Little Cabin in the Woods. We got Big Lake. Wait, that's not a thing. Big Lake, Small Lake. Dang, that is harder than you think.
I had 18.
That's somewhere between 18.
I had 27,
So 18 does not even get you on the screen.
Oh, gosh.
You got to get mid-20s. Our goal is to knock off all these. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Who's Ben Brown?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. All right.
Kidding.
So
I love him. He's
all right. So Cooper Darr, you are the senior counselor of the Appaloosas.
I am.
How did you get to Brookhill? How did you hear about this?
How did I hear about Brookhill?
Yeah.
Okay. So my sister, who actually used to be the senior counselor of the general store, Maddie Darr, represent. So she kind of went to Brookhill starting 3rd grade, 2nd grade, whenever you could go at that time. And I was just always seeing my sister go for a week. I was like, where's she going? She's going to this place called Brookhill. And I was just and she would come back and share all of these stories. And I'm just oh my gosh, I want that. I want that now, And so it was really cool. Madison would come home and she would just start talking about everything Brookhill. And I've just made up this Brookhill fantasy in my head, and I got here and it was just true, And so that's kind of how I figured out about it. And it was just awesome. The way she figured
she
out.
was 2nd, 3rd grade.
Yes.
And you started kind of 2nd, 3rd grade or whatever.
I did. As soon as I could come, I started coming.
Okay.
And I was just too young at the time, so I was probably 1st grade whenever she started coming.
So how'd she find out about it?
She found out by her cousin, who actually came early 2000s. So just a whole bunch of different ways, people talk. So we just heard through the talking. So It was just pretty fun. It was awesome.
And y'all were Little Rock people at the time, right?
Yes, we were Little Rock at the time.
Okay.
And we didn't move till I was probably 2-3 years old up to Northwest Arkansas.
Okay.
But yeah, we were Little Rock. Madison was somewhere till 3rd grade-ish, and then we moved up to Shiloh Christian up in Springdale. So,
okay.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. So when you got to Brookhill, what did you like about it? Do you remember any of your counselors, by the way?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I love doing a little shout out for our counselors.
Shout out to Gabe Metz, actually. Gabe
Metz.
So he is my first ever counselor in the Appaloosa bunkhouse, and that's a big reason why I'm in the Appaloosas today.
I remember you saying that. Okay.
Yeah. So Gabe kind of just like, I mean, he just made me feel seen like right away, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm a little second or third grader. I literally remember, like, I had this balloon. It was, like, really dumb, like, actually. But I'm a third grader. I'm having fun. And
there's nothing dumb when you're in the third grade.
Oh, not at all. But I had this balloon, and, you get the, like, it's just so annoying. But he's just like, bro, that's so funny. It's so funny. And then until it ran out, he knew it would be over. So he was kind of just hyping me up until it was over.
Yeah.
But, like, literally, like, I got to see him not too long ago, too, like at Ethan Ross's wedding.
Right.
He was a photographer.
Shout out for Gabe. What's his photography called? Gabe Metz Photography, probably.
Just Gabe Metz Photography. Look him up. Look
him up, yeah.
But he's a baller, so in everything he does. But, yeah, he's one of the reasons, like, I wanted to come back to Brookhill, and I wanted to be like, and I'm actually in media now, stuff that he does, and he made videos at that time. We would watch videos here, just random stuff that he made, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I want to be someone like that, and so it was just really awesome.
Did he remember you?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
That's kind of like made my day, my year, my everything, because like you look up to these people whenever you're a young little camper, and you're just like, oh my gosh. Like, I want to be like them someday, Oh, gosh, and
but we need that, I feel like that. I feel like that is one of the problems. I mean, obviously we've got a few problems in our world, but one of the problems is I don't feel like we have enough great role models, especially men, male 100%. Role models to look up to, especially college male role models to look up to, right?
Yeah.
And Gabe is still Gabe.
Yeah, he's still the same Gabe that he was whenever I was in third grade.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he's a great dad, great husband, and we need more of that. We had dinner with him and his wife and his kids the other day, and they're just great. It's cool to see. He was a great dude running the Apples, and now he's still, he's a great man in society, and we need more of that.
Yeah, we need more dudes like that. We need more men and not the dudes that act like little girls.
Yeah,
So it's so apparent, even like being in college right now, I look around campus, I'm just like, oh my gosh, some of these dudes can't necessarily even stand up for themselves, and like what makes a man, just like, I just feel like there's so much around me that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. And, like, you try to be a leader on campus and do whatever you can, and you be the man for that campus. And people call you whenever things are wrong or upset or you got to go jump a car, Like, people look for the men on campus, not the little girls,
Right.
So,
yeah, I think it's an identity problem.
Yeah, for sure.
When identity formation is when, late junior high, early high school. And when you don't have those men, I know for me, obviously great dad. I had great youth pastor. Yeah. No, I'm not a great. I'm saying I had a great dad.
Yeah, no, you're a great dad too.
I had a great youth pastor. I had people in my life growing up, but even coming up here to camp, being around some of the men like Kevin Rawls, Simon Knighton, somewhat Steve Sexton,
right?
Now some of these guys, and it helps. You need help with identity formation. You really do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you get confused and who am I? And I don't know who I am. Well, I'm going to stay a little boy.
Right.
I mean, it's natural.
100%.
And so anyway, I think
I think off of that, like, people don't get the help they need, but sometimes they don't even seek the help they need. Like, people don't ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Right.
Like, we're even taught that here at Brookhill. Like, whenever you're a counselor running an activity, it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
It's okay to make something greater from someone else helping you out, And same thing in life. Like, if you need help in life, don't be afraid to get a mentor, an older person in your life to raise you up, to call you up to a different level, And I feel like that's how Brookhill, like, the men of Brookhill, the staff at that time definitely raised me up to that different level. I had people back home raise me up to that level, not people that were just like, oh, you're struggling with those things and identity and stuff? Ah, cool. Okay. No, you got to have people in your life that are going to call you up, you know? And yeah, I mean,
I wonder what that is. You know, what do you think that is that scares us from asking? I mean, is it fear? Is it, hey, I'm going to be shamed and blamed? You know, is it, I don't know, do we just get in our own heads?
Yeah.
You know, what is it? And maybe are we just guys who struggle to open up? You know, what is it? What do you think it is? What do you see?
Right. I mean, personally, I just didn't want to show anyone that, like, I was struggling or anything like that, you know? And, like, I just wanted to be able to do everything by myself, you know, and just be able to do 100% by myself and not ask for help and just have all of these questions about life and what makes a man. And so, I mean, just at first, I was just so prideful that I can do it myself. I can do it myself. It's going to be good. The Cooper way is the best way. It's not. But, but yeah, I mean, just asking for help, seeking wise counsel is huge. I mean, I have so many mentors in my life. I mean, you and just people back home, Brian Dunaway. I know you don't know him, but he's the director of media and Cross Church and Shiloh and communications. So, but I mean, people that are father figures in your life are going to take you a long way, and just seek those people because they will make you into, you're going to figure things out on your own. That's what life is, and that's what being a man is, but also seek wise counsel. That's also what makes a man a man.
Well, think about this. If somebody approached you and was like, hey, Cooper, I need some help, you're not going to shame them.
Right. Yeah, no, not at all.
If we think of it like that when people come to us, you know, when people come to me, I'm always like, yeah, man, let's figure this out, right? I never judge them or worry about that, right?
No.
But what in our heads keeps us, right? If it's true for all of it, because I don't know if we were to ask anybody, oh yeah, no, I don't want anybody asking for advice. I'd think they're stupid. Like nobody's gonna say that.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like the enemy just gets in our head. So quick, and I mean, you literally do, like, you think about something, and then immediately you're hit with something, and like you're just like, I can't really bring it to words, but you're just like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I can figure it out on my own. Maybe this is something that I'm just like, you know, being tested on. But yeah, you are being tested, but seek help, seek counsel, you know, but yeah.
You know, one of the things I've noticed about you, Coop, you talked about obviously me, other guys that you met, but that's because you were at Brookhill, right?
Yeah.
And you and I really didn't get to know each other until you got on staff. So you had to make that decision to apply. Okay.
Yeah.
You just talked about Brian. What was his name?
Yeah, Brian Dunaway.
Brian Dunaway.
Yeah, he's the
How did you meet him?
Okay, so like second or third grade, my dad worked a lot. He was in politics forever, and he worked about an hour away. And I loved my dad, but he didn't get to be home all the time.
Sure.
You know, he didn't get to be home all the time, and that really sucked for me.
Sure.
You know, and so he taught me a lot about life, but I had to learn different lessons from Brian, you know, and different people in my life. But I met Brian probably around second or third grade. And literally it was just the fact that he was just like, hey, do you want to come to a football game today and help me do broadcasting? And I was just like, I go to my mom. I'm just like, Mom, can I go with Brian? He's like, well, I don't know about that. And then she lets me go. It was a game. It was about 2 hours away. Probably, I think we played Little Rock Christian, for real. We played Little Rock Christian and probably lost. Who knows? But just the fact that he invited me in, felt me like made me feel like I was something, not just someone who didn't get to see their dad all the time, you know, and he got to teach me life lessons. And I did that from third grade all the way till 10th grade whenever I was on the high school football team.
Wow.
And then came back like this year. Now I do it at Ouachita just because of one man asking me to do something in third grade, that's something I've never heard of. And now I still do it today. And actually it's going to pay for my school for the rest of my life.
Wow.
So pretty cool, pretty neat.
And is that how you got involved? Because I know, and people may not know this, but you've been really involved in your church, and so you would do like AV, right?
Audio, visual, and always helped with the broadcast, the webcast. I always ran a camera. I was running the soundboard, the light board, and just anywhere they needed help. And eventually, I got to do everything in the student ministry. And so as I became older, I got more opportunity and more leadership roles. And so by 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I was running all of everything for the high school side of the church. And then 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, I got to teach those people. So it was really cool, like me getting to do it, me getting to lead it, and then you get to teach others about it, and then it's still going on today. So that was pretty cool.
So another thought is not just that, through you playing football,
right?
Coaches in your life, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we could count between counselors, church guys, and coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you had a team 15 to 20 men in your life.
There are dudes I can call up right now who were my coaches, mentors. I can call up right now. Actually, one called me literally yesterday to see how I'm doing. Just to check in on me. And I was just like, oh, my gosh. It was my defensive line coach from high school. And shout out Josh Salisbury. So shout out.
Coach.
Yeah, Coach.
Coach
Salisbury.
Coach Salisbury.
Sorry. But
Coach Sauls.
Coach Sauls. That's literally what we called him. We called him that. We called him Coach Sauls, and we were the Salients.
Yeah.
So we were the Sauls aliens. So it was so fun. But me and a couple buddies, we called ourselves the Salients. It was funny. But he literally called me yesterday. He's like, hey, you doing good? Just wanted to check in and see. Yeah. Like, I could call up any of those guys right now.
Come on.
And they would be there for me in a heartbeat. Like, literally a heartbeat. They would be here. So.
I want to point out, obviously, you got a great dad. You got a great grandpa. I mean, you've got some really good.
I have some great men in my life.
But the thing is, even if you didn't have the family,
right,
you have these other guys too, because you put yourself in a place.
Right.
And the thing is, if as guys, all we do is sit in our room on our phone,
right,
and gaming, and I'm all about gaming, Carson.
Right.
No knocking gaming. All right, Carson's a gamer. No knocking gaming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But as guys, if all we do is sit behind a screen,
right,
and we do not put ourselves in a place to develop, right, because how many hours did you give to help in these media, outlets? How many hours did you play football?
Right.
How many hours did you give at Brookhill?
Yeah.
And still giving at Brookhill.
Right.
But when you give, it's given back to you, right?
100%. Whatever you put in is what you get out, and that's so true, I feel like. So,
how much would you have had to pay to have people mentor you, right?
Yeah.
To have the value of these men, Coach Sauls calling you, Brian, right?
Right.
These people, and now you're networked in, and as men, I think we're losing development because we're not putting ourselves around these guys, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Like, I mean, literally, like, this is priceless. Like, you can't pay for those kind of people in your life. Like, you have to find these people, and they're going to find you. They'll find you too, but also you got to search. You got to search, and they'll come to you. Get involved in anything you can. I was involved. I went to a smaller school in high school, but I was involved with anything media. I played high school football, played college football. We can talk about that here in a second. But played football. I was involved in worship. I taught myself the guitar because I wanted to have the worship avenue open up, and that also came into starting this thing called Daybreak. It was a student-led student ministry that me and a couple of people started.
All right, talk about this. How Daybreak, how did this start?
So Daybreak started mostly by this girl named Carson Coulter. She's a Kanakuk person, but
love Kanakuk.
Yeah,
we've learned a lot.
Is awesome.
We've done some things with Kanakuk.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from them.
And so we actually had mostly Kanakuk counselors, and then we had some Brookhill counselors come together, and we created this thing in Northwest Arkansas, Daybreak.
That's a powerhouse, right?
Yeah.
There.
Oh my gosh! Like just two great places coming together. Oh, it was so awesome.
Throw in Ozark, and that thing would just blow up.
Oh, I know. We would go insane. But we had Kanakuk and Brookhill come together, counselors, junior counselors at the time, come up together and just start this thing called Daybreak. And we probably had at one time 50 people come to one night. It was a worship night, and it was just so cool. And it was really cool to see the Lord's faithfulness, because it was during COVID, and I had just taught myself the guitar, and Carson is now, I would hate to butcher, I think it's YWAM is what she does now. And
Youth
so
with a Mission. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she was in Egypt forever, and she moved out of home her senior year of high school and has been on mission ever since.
Wow.
So she's awesome. She's so great. But Haley Rager was in there with me, and her and I were kind of the Brookhill Avenue, you know. And so it was just really cool to get that going. And then that spread from Kanakuk Connections to Jonesboro. So there's a Daybreak Jonesboro. And then it spread through another girl through the Brookhill side of things, and it started Refuge Little Rock through Little Rock Christian.
Yeah.
So Emerson Ragsdale.
I know about Refuge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so then that went to Anchored, Arkansas, which is in Arkadelphia.
Okay.
And now we have a Daybreak St. Louis up in Missouri. So it's so cool. And they're all still running and thriving. And it's just so awesome to see the Lord's faithfulness through really one girl who got a team together of people. She didn't do it by herself. She found help.
Sure.
Just like earlier. She found help. She found wiser counsel through our church. Cross Church and Fellowship came together to help us. And it just like grew into this thing of students leading students. And it was just so cool and so awesome. But
so in high school, you did worship.
Yes. Yeah.
You did Daybreak.
I did.
Played football.
Played football.
Help with the AV team.
Yes. Media. I was
Had
in
friends.
theater. I forget about it too.
Favorite.
Yeah. So I did choir.
I wish we had some of those pictures, Tyler. To throw up
I'm so
there.
happy we don't.
In Discord, I think Ty and I have some pictures.
Probably.
We could find those.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start in
Instagram.
theater though? You're good. You love it.
I did love it. My mom is the theater director and fine arts director of Olive Shiloh, kindergarten through 12th grade. So kindergarten through 5th grade, we would have these shows like that they would put on, like the kindergarten roundup, you know. And let's see, 5th grade, I was Bert and Mary Poppins, and then I took a 2 to 3 year sabbatical. Okay. And 8th grade was in Sound of Music. 9th grade, I just kept trying out, and recently I was Harold Hill in The Music Man, which was the lead part, and so it was just really fun. And like, it's so fun to be connected in so many different things and have so many different friends, okay? And so that was really cool. But oh gosh, I really hope really hope we don't find a picture.
We've got some fun ones in there because this is the Mary Poppins if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. This was 5th grade if they pull up what I think they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been involved in theater probably like my whole life. So did that, and I don't know what else I did. But yeah, I was just involved in so much because I wanted so many friends. I love people.
Right.
Like, I'm a people person. All I want to do is be with people all the time. And
yeah, that's the one right there. Is that the one you feared the most?
The bow
right
tie.
there?
Oh no, that one was.
This is the one.
Yeah, actually, that one was.
I think we invaded someone's Facebook at some point.
Yeah, maybe Kim Darr, Mark Darr. There, yeah.
Actually,
we still have that jacket.
Someone sent those to me, actually.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that one person.
I don't remember who it was. Yeah, I think that was Lil.
Yeah, probably Lil Ray.
Lil Ross.
Probably Lily Ross.
Lil Ross.
But, yeah, that was 5th grade.
You have Gaston.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, if we have Gaston.
Gaston was...
Is it Gaston?
Gaston.
Gaston.
Okay. That's what it was.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, no,
that was my favorite. That one was good. The Poppins was the embarrassing one, but Gaston was like...
That was the...
baller.
All right. He plays football and does theater. That's a baller moment. But, no, I just had so much fun. I got to meet so many different people that I wouldn't have really met only playing football. Because, I mean, in choir, we won the state championship in choir.
You did choir?
And football. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way...
Yeah.
You did choir.
I do choir now still in college, and I did it the same time I was playing college football.
Okay.
So, I mean, you just get to meet so many different people, like on campus, and being at Ouachita now.
Yeah.
You have so many different groups of people. So I'm in a social club. I used to play football, not anymore. Injuries That's a whole nother story we can talk about. But yeah, I played football. I'm in a social club. I'm in choir, so I'm involved in a lot of different schools and broadcasting, and so I just get to know everyone on campus. And I would walk by someone, see a music theater major, and I'll be like, "What's up?" And we'd have the same connection that I would with someone that I see all the time as well in broadcasting, and then a person in my social club. So I mean, it's just so fun. And
oh yeah, okay,
it's great.
So my biggest memory of Cooper, besides at camp, was last year at the Little Rock Christian graduation. That was my
yeah. I remember.
Yeah. So we're at Little Rock Christian graduation, and you start going around.
Oh my gosh.
And shaking hands. I felt like you knew more people at Little Rock Christian graduation than Ethan and Olivia, who actually graduated from Little Rock Christian.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, and they're like, Cooper,
hey, good to see
Cooper.
You.
Like there was a presidential candidate at this graduation.
That's so funny.
I mean, like,
I remember you saying that after it was over.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want to talk to everyone. I never see these people,
I was like, Cooper, you need to run for office. I'm voting for you today. You weren't even 18, but I was voting for you today.
That's funny. That is so good.
Yeah. But you're right. But here's the thing. A lot of people would look at you and stereotype you. Oh, it's a football guy.
Right.
And no, you're a dude. And we are all more than maybe one sport that we play, right?
Right.
But I mean, you put yourself in a place. If there's any encouragement I could give to guys listening right now, it would be to get involved.
Yes, 100% get
in
involved.
as many things as we can. And one of the things that I think over the last 25, 30 years I've seen is women's groups really promoting girls.
Right.
Step up. You can do this. And I love that. Great. Step up. You can do this. And I feel like we haven't done that with guys anymore. And so guys, they don't really step up.
Right.
But if they would just step up and get involved in stuff like you did, the development happens.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not a theater guy, but as you did it, you became a theater guy, right?
Yeah. And it's almost like
speaking of theater guy, did we get the guest? I couldn't find it. Nah, it's all good.
Dang.
Sorry.
But it's just so cool to try out so many different things, and it makes you more of a well-rounded person. I mean, be involved in so many things, and you will grow. You will grow. There was a lot of people that were involved in so many things at Shiloh, and so many people that are involved in so many things at Ouachita, the two schools I was associated with. But, I mean, just get involved. You will grow more as a person. You will learn about different peoples from different worldviews, which is huge.
Yes, get out of your echo chamber.
Get out of your bubble.
Yeah.
And
can I say this? If you get out of your bubble, you're going to find that more people believe a lot. You have more in common with more people than you think.
Yes. Yeah.
We have been told that you have two sides of people.
Right.
And I don't care what subject it is. It's always like, it's either this or this. And when you get to know people, people are more nuanced than that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you actually sit down and be human
and
have a conversation with people and stop being in our groups, you actually get to know that we're all just people trying to make it.
Yeah, we are. And like in high school and even in college, because we're a tiny college down in Arkadelphia, like we have,
when you say tiny college, what do you got?
Probably less than 2,000 people.
Okay.
And then my high school had less than 1,000. And so
compared to U of A, what is that? 2,000 in Ouachita, what is that U of A?
2,000, probably 30-something thousand.
Okay, so that's slightly smaller.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. But, we literally call it the Ouachita bubble. We call it the Ouachita bubble. And I feel like it's so stereotypical of people to not ever leave that bubble. Mm-hmm. They know their people, and they're comfortable in it, and they're confident in that group, but, like, they're not growing. And it's okay to have those groups, but also, like, get to know more people at college, get to know people more in the community, the area, and then just to the state, the whole state, get to know people around everywhere. I feel like I was up in Springdale, up in high school at Shiloh, golly, and I just knew people because of Brookhill. Brookhill was kind of my avenue to meeting people, and I never came to Brookhill with a friend. Not one time did I come to Brookhill with a friend.
I like that.
And actually, like, I would come with my sister, and I would leave with about, I don't know, 50 new friends. We still have a group chat, literally from our water rides. My JCT year, I looked at it the other day on Instagram, and some people are still on staff now. So it's kind of funny. Like
who was in?
Emily O'Quinn.
Okay.
Allie Bell was in there.
Allie Bell.
Anna Kate Saxton was there.
Okay.
Maddie Beckemeyer was in there.
Yeah.
JP McCarron doesn't anymore. But
JP, golf buddy.
JP's awesome.
JP and I play golf.
Yeah.
Probably the one dude that never became a counselor that I wished become a counselor. Just a cool dude.
He's so awesome. And I wish I still connected with him more today. I'll probably give him a text after this.
There you go. Let's do it.
Man, we still have a group chat. And it's not active anymore, but it's just so cool to look back and like those were my buddies, and like a lot of them still are. So, and I go to college with them now, so it's really cool to see how everything flourished. But yeah,
it's really cool. All right, so you said we were talking before you started the pod, and you said you're a book reader, that you do some audio books. I've become a big book reader. What are you reading, or what have you read?
I've read recently actually "Winning the War in Your Mind" by Craig Groeschel.
Okay,
it talks about a lot about kind of like these anxious thoughts that come into your head. And whenever I was younger, I definitely struggled with a lot of anxiety. Actually, just with a whole bunch of different stuff.
When were you born?
When?
Yeah.
September 18th, 2004.
04.
So,
okay.
04. So I'm 19 years old right now. So.
Okay. Are you Gen Z?
Yes.
Okay.
I am. I'm not too educated on the generation stuff and how different people act.
Well, interesting. I'm reading a book right now.
Yeah.
Called The Anxious Generation.
Okay.
So you just said you dealt with anxiety.
Yes.
I'm reading a book on the anxious generation, and it's talking about how Gen Z deals with a ton of anxiety.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what they attribute it to?
What?
Cell phone.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
They talk about it, and I want to have Maylee back on the pod. Have you listened to Maylee's podcast?
I haven't heard that one.
Okay. She's alumni. She's amazing.
Okay.
She's a counselor.
Yeah.
She was a Brookhill counselor,
right,
but she's an actual counselor. She's a counselor. Yeah, she's a double C. Okay.
Counselor squared.
Counselor. That's right. And she actually got me reading this in something that I'm going to talk about with our staff this summer.
Yeah.
But it talks about how when parents would send their kids to camp, and not like ours, it's a 1 or 2 week camp, but like 4 or 5 week camp where was a phone free zone.
Yeah.
How it would turn kids around.
Oh, I bet.
But then when they got back on their phones, it ramped up the anxiety.
And it just it's like such a different switch that gets flipped so quickly whenever you get back like in the car and you get that phone in your hand. You're just like, oh, like you're glued to it. I don't know what about it is, but social media, I mean, TikTok, all of those things, it really does glue. There's a study somewhere. It's in another class that I haven't taken yet at Ouachita, but they do a whole study about literally 6-second videos, and something about it. And it actually cuts down your attention span, too, because you're watching something for 6 seconds. Oh, scroll. And then you get like stuck. You get glued to your phone. But, no, I can see how that makes you anxious. And you're always, especially whenever you're younger and you're trying to figure some stuff out, you're always comparing yourself as well, and feeling left out because a group of people posted something without you in it. And you're like, oh, man, I wish I could have gone to that. And then you're anxious about not being invited to stuff. And I don't know. It's a whole bunch of stuff you look back and you're like, that's kind of a weird thing to be anxious about. But at the time, it was so, it's real, And
but for me growing up, I wouldn't even have known I wasn't invited.
You wouldn't even know that. Yeah, literally.
I was never invited. Yeah. And I didn't even know people went anywhere.
Exactly. I wish I didn't know.
Right.
But
yeah, there's a song about there's a country song called Breaking Up in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't remember who it's by.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is I wish I had broken up in the 90s because I wouldn't have seen you on my phone and all this kind of stuff. But it's it's so true.
Yeah.
I'm from the 90s and it's we didn't know.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I just assumed someone called and didn't leave a message. They must have invited me.
Yeah. It's so true.
I could always assume that I was invited. But there was no way to get a hold of me, right?
Right, yeah.
You could make it up in your head.
These things are insane.
Yeah.
Nate Kendrick just texted me, and
Nate.
Yeah. The former...
You should take a picture right now.
Take a picture?
Yeah, of us. and be like,
and send it to Nate.
Yeah, and be like, Nate, I'm busy. I'm in a Nate.
There it is.
Yeah,
I'll send it
to him.
That'll be
send it to him right now.
All right.
Say, Nate, hey, productive people are being productive right now.
Yeah. I like that. There you go. Just send it to him.
Yeah.
Productive people being productive.
Go ahead.
That's good.
Speaking of finding.
No. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Oh.
The crowd loved the live audience watching this podcast.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's the one right there.
That's a really good one. That was during the actual Gaston song.
Did you sing?
I did.
Can you give us a little?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to pray about that one. But we're right here, and they're going. I hit him with one of these.
Yeah.
And then I hit him with one of these, and then this was the very last one, and we had like girls fainting and everything.
Okay.
It was great.
All right.
Not for real. But.
Does the audience want to hear Cooper?
No.
Oh, they do. The audience.
I don't know what to do.
The live audience wants to.
I actually did it at Turkey Day because we had this up on the screen at Turkey Day, and a whole bunch of people like sat me down and was like, "You better do it."
Okay.
And I was just like,
"Give us a little something." Like what? Like
I don't even know.
Would we know it from the movie? No one done like Gaston.
That's not Gaston singing that song though.
It's not.
No,
I thought it is.
It's his little buddy LeFou.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so.
You are definitely up on this movie more than I am.
Yeah, I had to study this thing. It was fun though.
All right, give us something. What? Come on, a little something. Something.
Gosh.
What was your favorite?
My buddies are gonna find this and like clip this and like send it everywhere. It's
You'll be
so
famous.
funny.
I'm making you famous right now.
That's good.
You see that? You wrong spin. Come on.
That's so true.
Use your Craig Rochelle book.
Yeah, literally. I gotta win this war in my mind right now. Let's see. Oh gosh, this is so funny. It was like. Right from the moment when I met her, saw her, I said she's gorgeous and I fell. In a town there's only she who's as beautiful as me. So I'm making plans to woo and marry Belle. No, we're not. No. Well, I guess it's already on here.
It's already on video.
No, I don't even know what else to say. I think that's where. And then she's like, "Oh, isn't this amazing?" And then it's just funny stuff. But actually, if you go back to that picture right behind it, Tyler, let's see. She goes to college with me now.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have really gotten to know her at all if it wasn't for stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know? And so it was just really cool because now I have another college buddy who went to high school with me.
There you go.
And
he found the song on YouTube. There you go.
Hold on. Keep it here. I don't sing for a while. It's still a while. Just watch, I'm going to make Belle my wife. There we go. Yeah. Isn't that good, Carson? Let's go. Let's go.
Awesome.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I mean, it's just so fun that like a lot of my buddies did the musical in high school, and then we won a state championship in football.
Right.
Like, I mean, you can do so many different things and be successful in so many different things. A lot of people think that there's like a jack of all trades and a master at nothing. I mean, if you practice and love the things you do genuinely, you can be a master at a lot of different things, I feel like. But
what I feel like you did is you knocked on a lot of doors and you opened a lot of doors. And the more doors you can open in your life,
the more opportunity. Yes.
Dude, right there. Let's go.
But
for real. And so, you know who Mike Rowe is, Dirty Jobs guy?
Yes, yeah.
So I heard him speak last week.
Okay.
And we went to a leadership thing and he was there live. And do you know how he became famous? So he was talking to a buddy. And they were like watching TV, and the guy was watching the QVC, you know, like the Home Shopping Network.
Okay.
And he's like, "Turn this! I want to watch the game." Mike Rowe said that, and the guy goes, "No, I'm practicing." He's like, "You're practicing?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm practicing because the QVC is in town, and I'm gonna go try out to be one of the salesmen on TV."
Yeah.
And Mike Rowe said, "I can do that." And the guy's like, "No, you can't."
Yeah.
He's like, "Bet." They make a bet
That's awesome.
Micro goes, and in the interview, they give him a pencil, and they say, sell this pencil until we tell you to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs the pencil and just starts talking for 8 minutes straight about a pencil and how awesome, and you have to buy it. Gave him a job on the spot. He started the next day.
That's awesome.
That was his first moment in show business.
Right.
That was it. But he went for an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And so many times I feel like we sit back. We sit on the couches, guys, right? We just on our phones, and we watch other people do things on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. I'm not knocking social media, but are we in balance? Right?
Yeah.
And so here you are out here trying all these things, and now you're well-rounded, and who knows? Because Cooper, for you, the sky's the limit, right? Who knows what door is going to open for you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're broadcasting. So you did football,
I did.
right?
I did college football for a semester. College, I played football my entire life. State champion 2020, something like that. Okay. So did that. Got about a full scholarship worth of college football. And, man, I learned that your scout team guys are also on scholarship. So you're playing dudes in college that are way bigger than you. Wow. And especially coming in as a freshman, I was undersized. And
you were undersized.
I was undersized. I came in
now put that in perspective.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4", and at the time I came in at probably 250, and I was undersized.
6'4", 250 is undersized.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that 6 foot 170 is definitely undersized. That's what I am.
No, it's a little bit better. But no, I was going against dudes that were, oh man, who did we have? He's we had a transfer come in from Jackson State, which is Deion Sanders' old school. And we had a transfer come in, defensive end, and dude was he was a defensive end, and I was going against him. And he was probably 6'6", 270 as a defensive end.
Okay.
And it was like one of my first practices. I'm pooping my pants because, like, it's college football. And
This ain't Shiloh no more.
This ain't Shiloh no more. It's not the little league anymore. This is the big dogs. Even if it is D2, college is college.
Oh,
I mean, especially
these
with
are men.
Especially with the transfer portal and NIL and all of that stuff. I mean, we had D1 athletes because D1s aren't accepting people because the transfer portal, they're going from Ole Miss to Arkansas. You know, you can't get anyone from high school to go straight into a D1 unless you're really like there, you know? And so I was going against these D1 dudes that are insane my first week. And I actually, we were in practice one time. I was playing right guard at the time. I went from defense to offense. That's a whole story. And I go out, I stick my arm out, what my coach is telling me to do, and you're right here. And I try to catch this guy. You try to hit him first to knock him off a little bit. And my arm goes here, and I get him, and then I have a dude come in, just take my elbow out, like first week of practice. And so ligament still torn from tricep to elbow, and I haven't been able to work out upper body at all. And so, yeah, just like I've lost like feeling in my pinkies, so it's hard for me to like close my pinkies fully, and I don't have much grip strength anymore just from me getting my nerve shot and this tendon like snapping, you know. But it's very interesting. But that was my first college experience of football, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is college. And it's so crazy. Like whenever someone gets hurt, it's next man up in college. It's not your coaches are gonna mommy and daddy you, you know. It's a job now. You're getting paid to come here,
right?
And you better perform, or else you're gonna lose your job, you know. And so I was getting a lot of money at the time, and then, I mean, I kept my money still because I was a freshman and I had a lot of potential left. But some dudes, they'll get hurt, and they'll give them time to rehab and see if they can come back. If not, you're cut.
Sure.
Like it's a job.
Sure,
it's a job at that point. But it was a definitely a real world moment coming out of my Shiloh bubble, being like, okay, this is the real world. If I don't succeed in something, then I'm out, you know, and it's next man up. And so that was really interesting for me.
Because in high school, you were throwing dudes down.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You were like,
yeah. Yeah. Except one dude, but that's a different story.
Okay.
But
it's like a D1 guy?
Marion Harris, he starts at Arkansas now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure is the right guard.
Okay.
But dude was, what was he? He was like 6'9", 400 pounds. And
you couldn't get around him?
Oh, I tried. And then he would just like grab just a little my jersey and he would just go, boom, he would just like throw me. And it was one play, I'm coming around the edge and I hit him. Finally, I'm like, oh my gosh, finally I got around this dude. Get the quarterback. The dude looks at me, he's like, you're never going to do that again. And I was like, oh my gosh. Watch me. And so I tried to do it again. I'm coming around, and he takes me, and he throws me on the ground, and he lays all 400 pounds of his body on me. And just right away, concussion. I was concussed. I don't remember any of that game. And I was just like, all right, cool. Also, I was sick at the time. I had COVID, whatever the flu, whatever it is. I had that at the time, too. And so I was just like double whammy. Couldn't remember anything, got short-term memory loss from it, and I still struggle today remembering things sometimes. And
from D1 dude.
From this D1 dude in football. And I'm not bashing football. Football is fun. I just had a terrible experience
well, you went
with
up
those
against
two
the D1 dude.
Yeah, but
you went up against two D1 guys.
Yes.
And that's a different level.
Yeah, it's a different level. D1 to D2. I mean, it's college football.
Yeah.
But also it's different.
Yeah. But you had the Jackson State guy who was D1 on your team or whatever.
Right.
And then
that dude. Yeah.
So, all right, you said you were undersized at 6'4", 250. What'd you get up to?
I got up to, I think I gained an inch in height.
Okay.
They put me on some, not like weird, crazy stuff,
but
they put me on some like protein, vitamin stuff, and I got another inch of height. So I'm 6'5" now, and at the time I was 6'5", I got up to probably 280 at first semester, 280. But it was so funny because I look at my buddies now in my club. They're like, dude, you've lost like 50 pounds since last semester. And I'm still I feel like I'm still a pretty big dude. Like I still have more to lose. But I went from 280, I think I'm at 230 now. So just from not eating as much. I had to eat 10,000 calories a day. And
how do you eat 10,000 calories? Like, what is that? Speaking of Gaston.
Yeah,
right?
Gaston was on
Gaston.
Mass Gainer. That's what it was. So my
what
buddy,
did you eat? Give me a day.
Oh my gosh.
Give me a day.
So they made sure I ate. And so the coaches would come with me, the graduate assistants, the GAs would come with me to basically 2 breakfasts. And so I would have my first breakfast before my first lift.
Tell me first breakfast. What's on it?
6 a.m. I mean, as much as you can get: banana, pancakes, waffles, bacon, eggs, hash browns, and that's just for that. And then you go lift,
and that's first breakfast.
You get a shake, which is probably 50 grams of protein in that in itself. And then you go to another breakfast, and then you go to class, and then you come back for weight room. You get another protein shake after that, and then you go to lunch, which is insane. And all of this time, coaches are making sure that I'm checking into breakfast checks, lunch checks, dinner checks. And then I would have to come back at 9 p.m. And get another snack, and they would feed me again. And then me and my buddy Jake, who were both trying to get bigger at the time, we would go to Little Caesars, and we would get
hot and ready.
Oh, my gosh. And we would get
I think I'm gaining 20 pounds just listening to this.
Oh, it was awesome. And we got 2 large pizzas, and we would get a meat lovers, and then we would go over to Baskin Robbins, and we'd get the biggest chocolate milkshake you can get, and then we had Mass Gainer stuff that we would put in it, probably 3 scoops of that. We would drink those, and then we'd go get 2 giant tubs of chocolate milk and drink it. And we would do that probably every other day. So I have like a food list on my phone somewhere. Like I had to keep log of and like send it to them. And that was insane. Like I had to do that right after. So it was like week 6 and 7 of Brookhill last year. I had to leave to go to football early, to go to camp and all of that stuff. And like right away, they're like, "Oh my gosh!
Oh, you were underweight.
You're a tiny dude,
malnourished.
It's time for you to like get some weight on." And so while Camp 6 and 7 are happening, I'm over here drowning myself in chocolate milk and Little Caesars,
Yeah.
and they would give me money to do it though. So I was like, okay. But yeah, it was a lot. And then I'd come back to Brookhill on the weekends and see all of y'all. And some people would be like, you already look like fatter, bigger. I'm just like, thanks, bro. What is that?
With friends like these.
Yeah, with friends like these. They didn't say it like that, but they're just like, hey, you already look bigger. I was like, appreciate it. Been working out.
Thanks.
But
getting those gains.
Yeah.
So with your elbow, when you're gonna be able to start working out soon?
I'm hoping.
How are you gonna rehab that? Just like
I'm
light
hoping.
weights?
It's gonna be light weights. I've been doing that since December because season ended in November. December, hopefully, or started doing some tinier weights to try to just get some muscle back. And then we haven't gone to the doctor just yet because I've been in school. And so probably before camp, I'm going to go to the doctor, see what's up. And then probably after camp, possibly surgery.
Okay.
So just right before school starts. So we get that done.
So tell me this, going into next year, sophomore, not playing football?
Yeah, sophomore, not playing football. I have kind of 2-3 jobs that I work right now.
Okay.
I help pay for my school. My grandparents help me as well.
Okay.
And hopefully my third job will help pay for my school.
Okay.
So working a lot of jobs, pay for my education. But
and
also,
the AV stuff is helping out?
Yeah.
For scholarships
so,
and stuff?
I'm an RA right now, a residence assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and I have about, right now, 30 different students under me living in the dorms. And so if they need anything, they come to me. And basically, I get to be a camp counselor, again, with these dudes. So that's super fun. I work in admissions. I give tours. Once again, I get to be a camp counselor and get to show people places and talk.
But your gifting's not just football.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you know, because you got choir, right? That's helping with a scholarship maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
You got your leadership, your ability, because as a kid you learned how to connect with people, right? You put yourself around people. You did the AV stuff. I mean, you know, I would encourage any guys listening to any door that you can get in.
Right.
Open it and go.
Get in there. Yes. Like, as soon as you see an opportunity, like we said earlier, like, why not just take it and try it out? You know, like, yeah, you might fail, but that's how you get better at something, you know? And my first year on staff, this past year, man, I failed and failed and failed and failed, but I got better and better and better and better and better. I just kept growing, you know, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to not get a rep right in a workout or a rep right on the field, because you're going to grow from that, you know, and it's okay to get things wrong sometimes for people to call you out and call you up to something. But,
man, that is good.
Yeah.
That is good. Conversation with Cooper Darr today, dude.
Love
Cooper,
it.
I appreciate you being on the podcast.
Yeah.
I got a gift for you.
All right, let's see it.
We've got some new merch
Let's
out, and
go.
this is the Cooper Darr. This right here is our
let's see. Here, I'll get this.
here, grab this side right here. This is our, what are we going with? Front facing? Yeah, red's on the front. All right, quick quack quantity. This is our green shirt.
Go.
Got a duck, got a frog in there. We all know frogs go, you know. And that,
I don't know about that one. If you know, you know.
Anyway, I wanted to hook you up with some
Let's
new
go.
merch. Appreciate you.
That is sweet.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you being on the podcast.
It.
Life,
Awesome.
Legacy, and Leadership.
Love it.
Cooper Darr. May have to get you on when we do a collab.
Let's do it.
Do a bro talk home team.
Yes.
That'd be fun to have Coop
for
on.
Sure. Let's do it.
So, dude, Coop, we're proud of you, man.
Appreciate it.
We love you, and dude, you are a leader, and that is the
Appreciate
legacy of your life. I appreciate
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
Brookhill Podcast, Cooper Darr.
Peace.
How long was that one?
How long? So good. Almost an hour and 56 minutes.
Dude,
Sweet,
that
bro.
Was fun.
Dude,
That was fun.
We're getting better at it.
When I was in here, I loved every moment of it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got to
absolutely.
talk about good things. I mean, that was fun.